Hey, horror fans, welcome back to Unholy Whispers. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more spine-chilling stories every week. Tonight, we're diving into a gruesome tale from Eldridge, where a simple pizza order turned into a nightmare. Buckle up, this one's not for the faint-hearted. Officer Jake Harlan had been pulling double shifts for weeks, chasing leads on a string of disappearances in the sleepy town of Eldridge. Exhausted and famished, he collapsed onto his couch at 3 a.m., dialing the only pizza joint still open, Tony's Late Night Pies. The order was simple: extra cheese, pepperoni, and a side of wings. As the doorbell rang 30 minutes later, Jake dragged himself to the door, tipping the rider generously without a second glance. He carried the steaming box to the kitchen, the aroma of garlic and tomato sauce momentarily lifting his spirits. Flipping open the lid, Jake reached for a slice, but his hand froze mid-air. What he thought was ketchup drizzled unevenly across the top was thicker, darker, blood pooling in congealed clots. His stomach churned as he poked at it, confirming the metallic tang on his fingertip. Worse still, embedded in the cheese weren't olives or mushrooms, but severed human fingers, their nails chipped and bloody, protruding like gruesome toppings. Jake's police instincts kicked in. He gagged but held it together, snapping photos with his phone. This wasn't a prank, this was evidence. He bolted outside, spotting the delivery rider's scooter vanishing down the dimly lit street. Heart pounding, Jake jumped into his unmarked car, headlights off to avoid detection. The rider weaved through back alleys, oblivious to the tail. Jake's mind raced. Who would do this? A serial killer taunting the cops? The disappearances flashed in his memory. Missing persons last seen ordering food late at night. He gripped the wheel tighter, following at a distance. The scooter led him to the outskirts of town, where abandoned warehouses loomed like skeletal giants under the moonless sky. The rider parked outside a dilapidated shop, its faded sign reading, "Papa's Pizza Parlor," closed permanently. Jake killed the engine, watching the rider slip inside through a rusted door. Sneaking closer, he heard muffled screams echoing from within. Peering through a cracked window, Jake's blood ran cold. The interior was a slaughterhouse masquerading as a kitchen. Piles of bones, stripped clean and bleached white, were stacked in corners like discarded firewood. Human skulls grinned from shelves, their eye sockets hollow voids. The air reeked of decay and burnt flesh. In the center, a hulking figure in a blood-stained apron wielded a massive cleaver. The chef was a nightmare incarnate, his face twisted with scars, eyes bulging with madness, teeth filed to points like a shark's. He hummed a tuneless melody while chopping at a writhing body strapped to a butcher's block, slicing fingers with precision. The victim, a young man barely alive, whimpered as the chef harvested parts, tossing them into a dough mixer. Nearby, a pizza oven roared, its flames casting demonic shadows. Jake realized with horror that the disappearances weren't random. They were ingredients for this cannibalistic operation, delivered fresh to unsuspecting customers. Suppressing the urge to vomit, Jake radioed for backup, but static filled the line. Signal jammed in this forsaken place. He had to act alone. Drawing his service pistol, he kicked in the door, shouting, "Police! Freeze!" The chef turned slowly, his grin widening, cleaver dripping gore. The rider, now unmasked as an accomplice, lunged from the shadows with a pizza cutter. Jake fired a warning shot, but the chef charged like a bull, swinging wildly. Dodging the blade, Jake tackled the rider, cuffing him amid the chaos. But the chef's strength was inhuman. He grabbed Jake by the throat, lifting him off the ground. Gasping for air, Jake's vision blurred as the chef whispered, "You're next on the menu, officer. Fresh meat for the special." With a surge of adrenaline, Jake kneed him in the groin, breaking free. He emptied his clip into the monster's chest, but the chef only laughed, bullets barely slowing him down. Stumbling back, Jake spotted a gas line feeding the oven. He shot it, igniting a spark. Flames erupted, engulfing the kitchen in an inferno. The chef howled as fire consumed him, his apron melting into his skin. Jake dragged the cuffed rider out, the building collapsing behind them. As sirens wailed in the distance, Jake collapsed on the gravel, the acrid smoke burning his lungs. The rider babbled incoherently about the eternal hunger and a cult feeding on the town's souls. Jake shuddered, knowing this was just the beginning. How many pizzas had already been delivered? In the days that followed, autopsies revealed the bones belonged to over a dozen victims, their DNA matching the missing persons. Jake couldn't eat pizza again, the memory of those fingers haunting his dreams. But whispers persisted. The chef's body was never found in the rubble. Nights later, at 3 a.m., Jake's doorbell rang. No one was there, just a pizza box on the step. Trembling, he opened it, blood and fingers, with a note. "Bon appetit, officer. The hunger never dies." That's it for tonight's tale. Horror fans, if the story gave you chills, smash that like button and share it with your friends. What do you think the chef's next move is? Drop your theories in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying stories. Until next time, sleep tight if you dare.